Interview 7. Alright. The next story that I can remember. These might be random, these might be all over the place because I can't remember piece by piece where each one happened. I can name a few of them. I want to name a few stories that are short in here and then tell one more that's kind of lengthy, so that way. This one has to do with school. I was at school one time, and we were, I think it was like 5th grade. We had this recorder, right? We had this recorder, and in our class, we had to like say what was ever on the like on this card thing. You slide the card through, and you say what's on the card. There's like different words. But anyway, one time I was reading a book or something, and someone was using it, and when someone used it, all of a sudden you can clear. All of a sudden, the kid who was using it was freaking out, and I was still reading my book, and all of a sudden our teacher goes up to him and is like, "What's wrong?" And he unplugs the thing, the headphones, and you can hear it clearly out loud. And the thing that comes out is a deep voice. It's like a deep man saying, "The cat is dead." And it was like a deep man's voice saying, "The cat is dead." And I remember as a kid, that scared the shit out of me. I had nightmares of it. I couldn't sleep at night because the fact that I heard a man's voice, the fact that I heard a man's voice in there, and it couldn't have been a kid, okay? Do you think as a little kid, do you think some little kid could sound like a fucking, like Satan on a fucking microphone? I don't think so. There was no man in there. The teacher was a woman. There was no fucking janitor in there. There was none of that. And he recorded him saying something, and then all of a sudden it didn't come out as his voice. It came out as the cat was dead. Now that is disturbing. That is the most disturbing shit. That's creepy. Well, let me try to tell you one more here. We'll fit another one. Another one I can remember is one time. I mean, you could say it was maybe playing in tricks with your eyes and stuff, but I've seen things as well, in the corner of my eyes and things. For instance, there was one time I was in the living room, and I was sitting down relaxing on the couch. I saw this guy. He had a white shirt. It was really white. Like he looked like a patient, like from the hospital or something. He had like a white shirt, and he was standing in the front door. And what was even worse is that I remember he was headless. He had no head, and he looked like he was like dead. It looked like I saw like blood and shit. It was disturbing. That's one thing I saw, and that's short. Another thing I remember, well, not me. I would like to interview my cousins for this, but I gotta have their permission. But for now, and maybe I'll just say it. I'll say experiences that I've remembered from them, and I'm gonna tell you guys. One experience is, I believe it was either my cousin Amanda, or my cousin Ashley. One time, one of them was little, and they were in our house, and they were laying on the ground, I believe. They were in their sleeping bags, and they were like kids, I believe. I don't know how old they were. Because, let me just say, our house is old. This house, not this house, but my house, which I'm going to film my house eventually too. Because that shit is haunted itself. Because I've seen some shit in there, heard some shit in there. Bill's seen some shit, heard some shit in there. Billy's seen it, I said. And my grandma's never seen shit in there. At least that I know of. but I know my cousins have. My grandmother doesn't believe in ghosts. She thinks it's all bullshit. But my cousin says one time she was looking through the kitchen. She was awake at night, and she was laying on the floor in the living room because that's where our guests sleep. I don't know why she was laying on the floor. That's a good question. I need to ask that. But she said she had her head turned towards the kitchen, and there was a shadow figure staring at her. Like, if I were to turn off the lights, and you would see, like, just a figure of a person in a shadow staring at her. That's disturbing as shit. That would scare the hell out of me. I wouldn't stay there. Just saying, if that happened to me, I'd be out of the fucking house. So, thank God I never had that happen to me, because if it did, hell no. Anyway, that's that story. And last final story for this interview, for interview 7. The last thing that I finally realized that my house was haunted is when one time I was depressed and I was crying. It was when I was going through shit in middle school and crap. I had terrible shit. One time I was filming. Well, I wasn't filming actually. I was watching videos that I was actually watching that I made, because at the time I was still making YouTube videos, but it was for a different channel. And I was also watching Michael Green from Angry Grandpa Kid Behind the Camera shit. Anyway, I was watching their videos. I was watching videos on YouTube. I was sad, depressed, and I heard someone say hello behind me. It sounded like a woman's voice. It was weird. I looked behind me. It came from my bed behind me. There was no one there. So I don't know what the fuck that was. A little bit later, I was continuing to watch the videos, ignored it. Then all of a sudden I hear a fucking voice. It's demonic as shit. And I'm going to tell you guys, this video, I mean not the video, but this demonic voice, it is so deep. The voice is so deep. It's like, I'm trying to tell you how it sounds. The voice is so deep. It's hard to explain. And the voice came out, and it was like chanting. Like, it sounded like chanting gibberish. It was like whispering, chanting, and it sounded demonic. Like it didn't sound normal like a human person saying it. And I heard it, and not only was it in my room, but it sounded like it was coming from all around me. Like I was just surrounded by nothing but voices all saying it at once. It scared the shit out of me. As a matter of fact, it scared me so bad that I threw my headset and I ran out of my room. Because it scared the shit out of me. And the fact that I seen something like that, experienced something like that, is just disturbing. I still don't know what the hell that could have been. I heard it clearly. Okay, that shit was real. It scared me. And yeah. I never want to hear that shit again, because if I do hear that shit again, you notice with Billy's crosses, I'm getting some in my house now too, because I'm not dealing with that shit. No demonic shit's coming to my fucking house. No fucking way.